Here's an email from Victor. Lou, I was wondering if there's anything I can do. I get a nice draft from the exhaust from my over-the-stove microwave. I have a cover on the outside, but I still get a noticeable draft. Vic, this is always a problem with those over-the-stove microwaves, especially when the run from the actual vent to the outside is short, because you get convection coming in through the metal pipes, even with a cover. So this is a trick that I've developed over the years. At the hardware store, you can buy these magnetic vent covers. These are actually used to cover vents inside the home. But the beauty part about these things is you can actually cut them with scissors. So where you have that vent, you know, the exhaust portion that comes out, go ahead and cut one of these that's the same size so that it actually sticks to the metal. But you want to remember that you have it there. So what I do is take a little ribbon and you stick it on the back of the magnet and then it hangs down so that when you go to cook Mom's pasta, you remember to take this off so you can turn the exhaust fan back on.
Hi Lou, my name's Paige, I'm from Oakland and this is Bogart. And we have a sliding glass door that's really hard to close. It's you have to push all your weight against it and it's not sticking or anything, it's just really heavy. So is there anything I can do to fix it?
So Paige, this is how a sliding glass door works. There are wheels at the bottom of the door that glide along the track. Now you may have known that. What you may not know is that those wheels are adjustable. You need a Phillips screwdriver. On the bottom rail of that door, there's two little plastic caps that come off. And you take that Phillips screwdriver and you go inside there and you either turn the screws to the left or to the right. And by doing so, it actually pushes the wheels down onto the track and lifts the door up so that it's easy to operate. So when Bogart needs to go outside, you don't have to exert any extra energy. Here's an email from Stephen and Jerry. Apparently, some of the original pipes in my 75-year-old house are now plugging up with some of the newer copper pipes, with crud being released. Our shower hot water pressure is very low, and the opposite side of the house gets black sand-like stuff in it. What would you suggest? All right, Stephen and Jerry, I want you to go where you can see the plumbing pipes, where the old pipes are connecting to the new pipes. Now, look at that connection. If it looks like this, see that? That's a galvanized connection right there. That's wrong. That could be what the problem is. You see, when you connect copper with old metal piping, which you probably had in that 75-year-old house, electrolysis occurs, and that crud and that fuzz that you see just gets distributed throughout the home. This is what you should have. It's called a dielectric union. You see that little piece of brass there? That is the buffer between the copper and the galvanized piping. So if you had a licensed plumber do this, you need to get your money back. Here's an email from Patty. We have a bathroom vanity cabinet that was tiled around and would like to remove it. Is that a professional's job? Well, Patty, if you want to hire somebody for this job, it's certainly going to be a lot easier because all you're going to have to do is write a check. But if you want to try and do this yourself, well, it's not that difficult. You need a hammer and some scrapers and some chisels to start breaking that tile off the wall. And don't be surprised if you do a fair amount of damage to the wall as you're removing the tile. So the real question for you is, how much work do you want to do and what's your skill set? If this is something you want to try and tackle, go ahead, give it a shot. Worst case scenario is you hire a professional to come back and clean up the mess after you're done.